Hey there, G3XE here. This is another episode in the VidQuest series on the homebrew campaign, Malam's Maze. This episode is going to have to do with the 3 ways into Malam's castle. So, the adventurers have left Fellhaven. They have gathered their supplies. They've done all the side quest stuff that they are going to do. They have traveled either, through 3 different types of terrain, and they're deciding to begin their assault on the abandoned castle that is now not so abandoned as the stats of a wormling red dragon, but the name of it, I just call it a young red dragon, Pyroth the Bloody, has taken residence there. This drawing is not the castle itself, but is instead intended to show kind of the 3 different ways through. So, you should not, I don't think, explicitly tell the players there are 3 ways to get into the castle. You should let them figure it out. If they never inquire about any other way, then just let them go through the front door, which can be the most dangerous. Like we said earlier, there is they can find out a clue about a mine that has a secret tunnel that leads to the lowest level of the dungeon underneath the castle. And then a third route is if they want to go around this lake and go to the back of the castle and climb up the back wall they swim up to the back and then climb. All right, so here's the lake on which the castle sits, and it's kind of on this small little island, and part of the lake is made into its own little moat. Now down here are giant crocodiles, which you'll find in the appendix of the monster manual. If they want to go through the main gate, it will bring them to the castle first level. So the castle has first level, second level, third level, and a tower. And then it has 2 levels of dungeon. The second level is where Pyroth's lair is. Every morning at D4 plus 5 o'clock, Pyroth will climb up the hollowed out passageway from the second lair up to the tower and perch there and survey his kingdom, do a fly around, and then go back in. So if they are out at that time, if they are out here in the front, he will attack them straight up, which could be very, very devastating. Besides which, this way is guarded by gargoyles that will come to life. About 6 to 8 gargoyles that will come to life as any adventurers approach. So it was a very risky task to go straight ahead, but then again, it does skip these 2 levels of dungeon, and you only have to get through essentially 2 levels of castle. If the adventurers go through Crumble Maw Mine and get to the bottom, they get into this passage, and they fight, there are a few mini-bosses, and down here, this is where the mini-boss battle of the Tunnel Worm happens, which again will be in further videos. Once they breathlessly escape from that, or defeat it, or die from it, hopefully not, they end up in the lowest level of the dungeon, which you can kind of see is dotted because it's underground. Then they'll have to make up to the next level. Then they'll get to the first level of the castle, which in effect is just like going to the, will be the same place as if they just went through the front, but this means they are guaranteed they won't be spotted by Pyroth. It also means that they won't have to fight the gargoyles, and it will give them a little bit of extra time of leveling, gathering loot, preparing, and learning about the castle and Pyroth himself. As the dungeon is where Malam, the old wizard, who no one knew what happened to, he actually perished, and we'll get into that as well. And so there's some stuff and magic items they can grab. If they want to do the third option, which is find a different way and climb up, they can swim out or boat out on the lake, and then, assuming they're not spotted by Pyroth, climb the back. Now this will be, I guess with acrobatics or athletics check or something. And the mini-boss here is that they will fight swarms of spiders, giant spiders, and the wolf mother spider, which is a custom spider I've augmented from the monster manual that's giant. So it does skip the gargoyle fight, and it means that they get to start up at the tower, but it is going to be a vertical climb, fighting a lot of spiders that have made webs and nests along this rocky, crumbling castle wall-facing thing. At the top, at the very middle of which is this giant queen spider. It's actually probably the most treacherous out of all of them. It doesn't really offer any benefit, but hey, this is a sandbox, so if they want to try it, they can. And I will say, I could see a scenario if they don't want to fight the dragon in its lair, they can get up to the tower and wait for it in the morning and attack it there, thus getting rid of its lair actions, which would significantly help the fight. So that's Malam's castle in a 3D view. Those are the 3 possible ways of entering it, and if they want to go creative and find a 4th, then by all means let them do it, but these are the 3 I came up with. So, thanks, see you in the next one.